Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me here on this rebroadcast of some of the ESL One Frankfurt seeding bracket games. I'm Sindar. I'm an amateur caster. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. So we'll hop right in. We got Fnatic up against IG, and they've gone for Bristleback Dazzle on IG's side and Shadowfiend Rubik on Fnatic. You know, it's interesting. It feels like in these seeding games, I've seen Rubik prioritized a little bit more than maybe he has been recently. Like, first two picks seems a little bit unusual for this hero right now. I mean,
you know what game you're playing, right?
I mean, this isn't really a common ban. You'd feel like they could wait until the third pick and maybe go for something that's a little more precious, but no, they'll go for that. And I mean, this is a great hero in general, and I mean, can do a lot with Dazzle spells. Let's see what else he can steal this game. Interesting bans coming up from both teams. We got an AA ban, a Tusk ban, a Lush ban, and an Axe for the side of IG, and Fnatic will take care of the Storm Spirit, the Broodmother, the Quap, and the Undying. So AA makes a lot of sense given that you got a Dazzle on the team, given that Bristleback wants to just be able to do his thing, and that Ice Blast can really mess with him. But we'll see. I mean, it's a situational ban, right? I mean, there's maybe other things you'd want to take care of more, but maybe they just don't want to deal with it. Maybe it'll mess with their game plan a little too much, so they take that out of the picture. And interesting to see, will IG look for more heavy fight? It seems like their style recently, since Burning joined the team, has kind of been fight to make space for Burning to do his thing, and it's been working out reasonably well for them. So they'll pick up a Clockwork for Luo, most likely, and he'll be able to get a lot out of that hero. Maybe a Ferrari 430 Bristleback mid, potentially, or it could be a one-position Bristle for Burning as well, honestly. And Fnatic, they'll go for a Darkseer, and immediate Gyrocopter follow-up from IG. So that'll be Burning's hero. That means that Ferrari will be taking the Bristleback mid. And probably Chuan on the Dazzle? No, I think Faith. Either way. So, nice AoE kind of lineup coming up from IG right now. I'm trying to think who Fnatic might want to pick up against this. They've still got a core and a support yet to get. Their safe lane farmer as well as a duo buddy for that Rubik in the early game. These heroes are hard to gank, though. Clockwork, not an easy gank target. Bristleback, obviously, not an easy one. Gyrocopter, the squishiest, but he'll most likely have Dazzle in lane with him, with that Shallow Grave and heal online, so could maybe go for... What does Mushi like to play? Oh, it'll probably be Mushi on the Shadowfiend, never mind, and then I guess we're looking for Ketchikimba's hero. Honestly, I have no idea what they're going to go for here. It seems they're taking their time about it. Maybe they don't either. It makes me feel a little less bad about not being able to see an obvious pick here. If they want a strong one-position farmer against these tanky cores, I mean, oh, they'll go for Naga. Okay, so there's some all-in. I mean, this could still be played as a support. We've seen Naga as a support really coming back recently, and I really like that a lot. I think it's a very, very strong support, especially against the very, very aggressive team fight styles that a lot of teams like these days. That song disengage is really priceless and can really help you re-engage or completely negate the enemy's good initiation. So when there's a Clockwork on the other team, that could be a really good option. Now, they certainly can run it as a core, and I think it would be very good, but they can leave an Invictus Gaming guessing a little bit as to what their final pickup's going to be. And well, as IG get ready for their last ban, let's see what they think that Fnatic want to run this Naga as. Go for a Razor, so they're anticipating a support.
Dire's ban.
Let's see if they're right. Meanwhile, Fnatic, they've got one left. Let's see what they want to take out of the picture. Probably a support. They'll go for a Tree Protector. Okay, so that's making me wonder if it is a Naga core, because that's a hero who is going to be looking to chip away at your towers slowly. A hero that is going to look to farm out the entire map, and if it goes late and your tree gets an Ags, then he can really do a lot to deny Naga farm, as well as scout her when she's farming in the jungle. So I'm curious if that indicates a core Naga. I can't really think why that particular hero would be banned otherwise, honestly. And IG, they'll go for Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick.
A bit of a greedy pick, looking to get a little bit out of the jungle, but then if this Naga is core, then you got a little space to be a touch greedy. No, Fnatic. They've still got some time to think of their last hero and maybe go for a support that can roam early. I mean, Crystal Maiden not the best at dealing with early ganks. Dazzle, of course, is quite solid, and Crystal Maiden will be in the jungle, but Rubik with the roaming duo can make this Gyrocopter's life no fun, and can maybe keep the pressure off the Naga as well. They'll go for a Timber off lane. Is that a Darkseer? No, okay. So it is a Naga support. Timber Saw, safe lane farming. Is that right? I'll have to see where they lane this. This seems really confusing to me because Timber Saw is a 1 position, and he's great against Clockwork, great against Bristle. But is it enough to make him a 1 position? That seems like a bit of a risky play. Well, we'll see. Just picking their heroes now, and I'll be really curious to see how Fnatic want to lane this. I mean, is it going to be an aggressive try with Ketchikimba, Johnny, and KYXY together? Because that could be pretty scary to deal with. With the net, the lift, and all of Timbersaw's damage. Yeah, that could be a really good choice. Try and shut down the Gyrocopter early, and then leave Darkseer. In a 1v1 versus Bristle, Darkseer actually has a reasonably okay time. So, well, we'll have to see how things shake up. With that said, we're into the game here. In this matchup in the ESL One seed bracket, we've got Fnatic on the Dire side. We've got Mushi playing that Shadow Fiend probably in the mid lane. KYXY taking the Timbersaw. Johnny on the Naga. Ketchikimba will be on the Rubik supporting, and it looks like Ohio's taking the Darkseer into the off lane. On the Radiant side, we got Faith supporting on the Dazzle. Burning taking his Gyrocopter to the safe lane. We've got Chuan on the jungling, it looks like Crystal Maiden. Smoke early picked up on her. Ferrari, 430, taking the Bristleback mid, actually, which leaves... yeah, that's what we thought. Luo in the offlane on the clock. And that mid lane Bristleback, which has been becoming more and more popular recently. And I think with a Crystal Maiden support as well, this is a really, really strong mid. Looks like Fnatic grouped up in the top lane, maybe wanting to spot out who's the offlaner is, but this Ops Ward spotting out their movement, and this may give IG the freedom to go for the runes and feel like they're relatively safe. Nice ward coming out here from the Dazzle, but he was spotted by this here, so they should know there's a ward somewhere in the area. And it looks like Fnatic may just be running a bog standard defensive try here. And IG will as well. So interesting to see how these lanes shape up as far as matchup goes. I'm not really used to seeing a Timbersaw in the 1 position farming role, but he should be able to do just fine against a Clockwork. May struggle a little bit early, but if he gets some points in that reactive armor, he'll be just fine. And actually, never mind, it's KYXY in the mid lane and Mushi farming the Shadow Fiend safe. Yeah, that's super unusual. This is a hero who generally wants that mid lane farm advantage or XP advantage, and KYXY, this is not the best lane for a Timber. The tree lines are a little far away. You can't really get into the damage with the Whirling Death, which he's picked up first. And he's taken absolutely massive damage from Ferrari here, and he has no regen. Does he have a bottle coming out? No, just a salve. So he's going to really be struggling here, and not a matchup that's really going to favor KYXY, at least for the first few levels. Meanwhile, Luo getting what he can. He's already almost level 2, so he's been able to sap plenty of XP. And meanwhile, in the offlane, Ohio, he's doing just well for himself as well, and he should be able to get a decent amount done. Looks like tried to go for the counter ward, but was stopped just in time, so that aggressive observer will stay available to the side of the Radiant. Well, we got an early pause coming out. I'm not sure what's going on here, but maybe just look to skip it a little bit. Oh, it's a DC from Bristle, so I'll just bump our timer ahead a little bit. One of the joys of casting from a replay. Now lift onto Luo, throw him back a little bit, but it's just a bit of harass. He'll be absolutely fine. And Ketchikimba is actually taking a lot of damage here. So Faith guarding the regen rune, wants to give it to the Timber maybe, but oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Keeping it for Ferrari, who has that bottle running, will be very, very happy with a regen. That enables him to pressure KYXY that much further. And, well, Shadow Fiend getting decent farm, basically uncontested. His supports are doing a great job of at least not letting Luo get up in the Shadow Fiend's face, even though he is still doing just fine as far as experience gain. Ohio, though, doing well on his way to the Soul Ring. And KYXY, he's got 2 points in reactive armor, so I really like this build. Not going for any points in the Timber Chain, but in the mid lane, Timber Chain's is a bit limited as far as what he can do. I'm surprised he hasn't taken a value point in it yet, honestly. I think I would have gone for that over the second point of Whirling Death, but hey, he's the pro, not me. He's played this hero more times than I've played Dota games, period, so I won't judge him. Can come in handy with these dives, though, if Ferrari wants to jump behind the tower. And well, bottle crowing, it looks like, from him. He's finally got his bottle online, and that'll help just immensely. Meanwhile, here in this top lane, looks like Luo almost got caught out, but they were looking for maybe the throw back up onto the high ground, and don't find it. He'll be just fine. And looks like Darkseer's been forced out of lane. He's retreated to the jungle, looking to do maybe a bit of stacking and pulling. Johnny may be looking to help him out as well, and that's a little unfortunate for him, but he can recover just fine in the jungle when he has his level 2, so we'll be able to do okay for himself, not wanting to put himself at any risk of feeding kills to the gyrocopter, and that'll work out just fine for him. Now, how's Schwan doing? He's almost level 3, going for that 1-1-1 build potentially, as KYXY taking a bit of harass, but now has that value point up in Timber Chain. We'll see if he wants to max that now or if he values the reactive armor a little bit more given his current lane. Well, still playing very, very aggressively here. It feels like Ketchikimba can't really do much against him. Doing his best to harass him out, but Luo very, very healthy, and with that constant mana from the Crystal Maiden's aura, he can do a lot to harass these supports here. Constantly throwing out the rockets. Burning, looking to pressure this tower a little bit now. He has been basically completely uncontested as far as farm goes, and actually it looks like Ohio's rotated back down here into the offlane. Maybe wanting to defend that tower, not wanting to give Burning a freebie. And as far as early game economy, I mean, we're 5 minutes in. There hasn't even really been the attempt at a kill yet. Both teams just looking to see what they can get out of the map. And, well, as to who this favors, it's hard to say. I think both teams being even, IG has a bit of an earlier peak than Fnatic does, at least their first peak, as far as power goes. But it really does depend on the play. If they can get some good pickoffs, Zai, maybe Luo, maybe trapped here, nice net, sets up the raises, and the last one from Mushi will get it. That's first blood for him. Nice pickoff. The positioning from Johnny was excellent, coming around the backside with that net, and well, Faith doing some big stacks, but Ohio, it looks like he scouted it out. Yeah, he's pinging it out, and he might look to farm that up for himself, honestly, with those 2 points in Iron Shell. And Burning wants to make sure that doesn't happen. He moves in to secure his stack, and meanwhile, top lane, it looked like IG managed to pick off Rubik with a rotation from Ferrari. He was hasted up. Yeah, he picks that up. So nice kill onto him. Meanwhile, though, Ned onto Chuan, who is very, very squishy and will end up falling to Johnny. Nope, Shadow Fiend gets it. So that's 2-0 on Mushi. Nice early quick start for him, and very, very happy with how that ended up playing out. Just the best hero that they could hope to get those kills on.
And it's off. Not fast enough.
Okay, KYXY's getting a little bit of space now in the mid lane. He's actually caught right back up to that Bristleback, doing quite well for himself now. And yeah, you can see he's maxing the chains now. Doesn't need any more than 2 points in that reactive armor. And well, very farmed Timbersaw can do absolute work in this lineup. I mean, Gyrocopter, not a really mobile hero, really susceptible to heroes that can jump on top of him and do a lot of burst damage, which of course Timbersaw can. And I mean, you've also got the nice setup from Ohio, potentially the vacuum into the wall, into the Timbersaw chaining over the top. The burst potential is pretty massive with those races and the Requiem as well. And of course, the song is available to set all that up. So the team fight of Fnatic is very, very strong. But of course, Burning and the rest of IG, they've got a lot of utility themselves. The hook shot to disrupt things, the Crystal Maiden ultimate to deal out massive damage if you can find a good position, and of course Burning himself with those right clicks. He's in a bit of a risky position here, a little far away from his supports, but it looks like he'll be fine. Maybe Fnatic worried that he was a bit of a bait. And Ohio, meanwhile, he was driven out of lane a little while ago, but he's fully comfortable being back here, although he takes a lot of damage to that heal bomb and is forced to surge away. Well, KYXY, Invis, will be safe. Maybe looking to go on Ferrari, but with those quills stacking up, yeah, I didn't want to make that play. And reasonable decision from him. Now Mushi has gone for phase boots. Okay, I'm not crazy, right? This is a super unusual boots pick for a Shadow Fiend, right? I mean, maybe played in the safe lane, he wants a little more. It just seems he's such a squishy hero, and power treads do so much for you as far as enabling you to tank up, getting that man out for those races. You can swap very effectively, and well, KYXY runs into Ferrari, but he'll be able to timber chain away. No harm, no foul, as both players just retreat out. But yeah, this build from Mushi, really interesting to me. It looks like he might be going for drums as a follow-up too, so not an item build you really see from this hero at all. It'll be interesting to see how it works out for them. KYXY has those arcanes up, well on his way to the first component of that Aghanim Scepter, if that's what he wants to... Oh, Bloodstone, rather, if that's what he wants to go for. Should have the Soul Ring money any moment if that's what he wants to make the play for. And Rocket scouting out Ketchikamid and Mushi, but there's no kill potential. And Johnny's kind of been left alone to soak up a bit of XP here. They really want to get him to his 6, just in case a fight breaks out. And, well, pressure onto this tower. Can Ohio defend it? Will he be able to get some TPs coming in? He doesn't have any points in vacuum yet. But 2 Ion Shells will be enough to force the wave back. And he'll save his tower for now. It is still very, very low, almost in deny range. And it looks like Fnatic are making a move behind the tower, looking to rotate onto Zai here. Will he be caught? First raise misses. KYXY has the Timber Chain available, but I don't think it'll be enough, no. They just force him back a little bit, and TP's come in. Faith is available. They just want to pressure this tower, although they don't have a creep wave in the area, so they're not even going to be able to do that. That's a lot of wasted time from Fnatic, honestly. Although they do force some rotations. So, in the end, they do get this nice aggressive ward down as well, so that's nice for them also. Ferrari, though, continues to be uncontested, well on his way to that Vanguard, which he should have up almost any minute. And there's a nice Ancient stack here for, I imagine, probably Burning to clean up, although Bristleback can take it as well. And that's a lot of economy that IG are finding on the map right now. Let's take a quick peek at gold. And so far it looks like the net worths are reasonably even. The graphs, they showing, yeah. So it's a very, very small lead for IG at this point. But XP in their favor a little bit too. Not really all that surprising. given the lanes, but not really a problem for Fnatic by any stretch. It looks like it'll be Ferrari who cleans these up. With that Vanguard online, you can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Just choosing to stack up as Bristlebacks, or as Quill Sprays rather. Look at this stack fall. So very effective use of the map from IG so far. And, well, this tower has taken even more damage. Is it in deny range? I think it is, so they should be able to get it here, but they don't want to. Smoke up from them. They want to use the tower as bait, try and catch out Burning going for the play, and they're showing a KYXY in mid, maybe looking to bait Burning in, but KYXY might be the one in trouble. There's a lot of heroes from IG in the area, and Timberchain going for the rune does get it, but he may pay the price here. Look at the damage, hookshot in to follow up. Luo, nice rotation from him, and Bristleback will claim that kill. So, a bit of a greedy play going for that rune, but I guess he just didn't think that there were so many heroes in the area. Well, that makes it a 2 for 2. Nice pick for IG, and, well, do they try and make a play off of this? It looks like they may want to pressure the tier 1 here a bit. Ohio doing what he can. Interesting use of the wall. Maybe just trying to hold the tower, but you feel like you'd really want to save that for a bigger fight. IG can just completely avoid this. Maybe just slowing the push a bit, giving his team maximum time to do what they can. And well, Mushi trying to make a play on this tower here. He's gone back for the mech after his bracer phase build, so going back for something a little more common. And meanwhile, in the top lane, KYXY going for the jump in, but there's a TP in from Faith immediately, has that grave ready if need be for the Clockwork, and he'll be just fine. And not really the best pushing lineup from Fnatic right now. They don't really do damage to towers at the moment, and KYXY doing what he can, but Faith is able to sort of push him away, taking a lot of tower hits. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, lift onto Luo, and then in the trees, Mushi's taking a lot of damage. Nice hook shot to finish the job. Beautifully played from Clockwork, threading the needle there a little bit, and Burning will be able to clean up these creeps who are trapping him in the trees, and that's another pick for IG. They'll go for the deny now, realizing that they can't use this as bait anymore, and not wanting to give that gold over. Ohio in the mid lane, just trying to keep this lane pushed while his team fights elsewhere, but feels like IG slowly but steadily starting to build up a pretty solid lead here as we start to look towards the mid game. Nice, attempted vacuum out of the high ground. Now Ohio will have to surge away, but he should be fine. Would have been a nice play. Mushi has TP top. He's getting what he can out of this map, but he's had to rotate an awful lot. Hasn't really found a place just to sit and farm. And it's a lot harder to rotate for ganks as well when you're in the safe lane farming position. And he's done his best, but it's always obvious when you're missing. And well, the tower's being pinged a little bit, but they really don't have a whole lot of damage for it. And a bit of a risky play to go for, given that a lot of IG are off the map. And there's that mech finished up. So Shadow Fiend, that's a big pickup from him. That may enable them to fight a little bit more now. They may look to stop dodging fights and start taking them, but KYXI really needs a little bit more here. He's working on that Bloodstone. He actually didn't go for the Soul Ring first, went for the Point Booster, which isn't really that bad a decision. I mean, it's a very, very value item. So not really the biggest surprise from him. And he's well on his way. He's doing okay. So he's getting his farm, but the problem is we've got a Bristleback who is really starting to get out of control. He's working on a... I'm going to say Sanjin Yasha with that Ogre Club. I don't think he's going to want to go for a BKB here. I mean, the pure damage from Timbersaw, the net from the Naga Siren goes through that. So I don't think it's the best BKB game. Certainly not a first item BKB game. So it could be a Sanjin Yasha. It could also be a Halberd, honestly. But I think I favor the SNY a little more. That extra chase potential can really, really do him a lot of good in these fights. Clockwork, hook onto the backside. Mushi was not expecting that direction, and Burning is rotated around from the back too. That's a nice pickoff onto Mushi. who was the leading farmer on Fnatic. And now they'll be able to turn this into a tower push, it looks like. Burning and Ferrari manning up onto this tower. Ferrari can tank it and let Burning do the damage. And, well, Glyph is popped, but as a pause comes out, a bit of a slow game as far as that goes. Ohio looking for the TP out. It looks like a lag is a bit of a problem right now. Let's just jump things ahead a little bit yet again. Bit of a longer pause here. And we're back. So no time lost. And this tower still taking heavy damage. Ferrari, though, may have to back off here. Doesn't have a creep wave in. Well, Johnny doing what he can. It looks like he wants to get some wards down in the Radiant jungle. His movement hasn't been spotted, but hold on. There's pings coming out from CM. She may know. And there goes the mid tower. So Bristleback does get it. And, well, with that, that was a really just nice rotation on Damushi, honestly. You don't expect the Clockwork cooking in from directly behind your tower. And with that pickoff and that tower kill, IG definitely feel like they're starting to take control of this game a little bit. Let's check the gold again. Yeah, we're looking at now almost a 5k lead for them, and as far as XP goes, 5k as well. So starting to feel like Fnatic maybe under a little bit of pressure. They need to get something done here. They still have yet to take a single tower. Just don't have the best heroes for doing it. And I feel like this one position Timber has not been ideal this game. He's 0-1 and 2. Hasn't really been a huge farming player as well. Only 76 last hits on him at 16 minutes in for your one position. Well, okay, never mind. He's not a 1. He's a mid, but still not the best showing from him. As Luo gets caught out, the net is there, and he will end up falling to the Shadow Fiend as Fnatic claims some much needed gold. You get the Clockwork, and they get this tier 1 tower. KYXY will claim that. As the song comes out into the TP, they're going to be able to catch Ferrari here. If the the TP was too slow. He was the third one in, and the TP just took so long to get off, but by the time he gets there, the song's already expired. Bit of a misplay from them, and now the damage is going to come out. Burning has run in with the call down, will instantly blow up the Rubik. Can he find more? Rocket onto Johnny. He is eating a lot of Rocket Barrage damage. He does split out, but it's not going to be enough. The Rocket does follow him through. Chen? Crystal Maiden will drop, but it's a 2-for-1. Dual support for one support, and now looks like IG want to pressure this tower as well, and all their heroes very, very healthy, so they'll back off. Their bottom lane's being pressured. All with that, it is a first item BKB. It's an odd choice, honestly, but I mean, KYXY isn't really doing damage yet, at least not much. And so maybe he feels that he can get away with just dealing with the Rubik Lift, dealing with the wall and the Ion Shell and the raises. If this game goes too long, though, he may regret picking that up so early. But it's clear from that IG are looking to not just sit back on their laurels and farm. They want to continue to push their advantage here. They sense that they've got an edge, and they're going to try and make something happen with it right now. Want to be able to to fight very effectively right now. Although, look at him farming with complete, not a care in the world in the face of 3 heroes. Gotta be a little bit careful, but really not much they can do to him. And Mushi's just still so squishy. 1100 health on him. I mean, the mech helps, the stick helps, but you feel like in these fights, he can be blown up so very quickly with the damage coming out from call down. If he's locked into a cogs with a hook shot, then he's basically just dead. You know, I mean, maybe that's the case if he goes power treads anyway, but not sure that build has paid off for him. Oh, there's a nice pick up. Bloodstone comes out on the Timber Saw, but now let's see what he can do with it. He's got to try and not lose too many charges in the next little while. You ideally want to take a couple of good kills and start getting that snowball rolling, but the setup hasn't really been there yet for him. They haven't really used their hero combo to its fullest potential yet, as they haven't really found the right opening. And Ferrari definitely not the hero you want to go on. He is just really scary at this point. And continues to stay on top of the gold. Only just now passed by the gyrocopter, which, given how much of a flash farmer Gyro is pretty damn impressive. Smoke coming out from Fnatic. This is good. They need to get something done, and they realize that, so they're going to go for a pick here. Although Faith, not your ideal target. They're going to use the illusions to scout a little bit, see where the heroes are here, and oh, it looks like they're just going to go for Faith. And oh, there's the lift, there's the damage, but that's a 4-man rotation and a smoke for just support Dazzle, who's the well, not quite the 5 position, but still not farm priority, and Dazzle will say, oh, that's fine. I'll take that any day of the week, especially if Ferrari can get some kills here. You can get some follow-up. But it looks like KYXY and the rest of Fnatic will be able to get away safely. The rocket is coming in onto Johnny, but it doesn't look like there's follow-up. Meantime, in the mid lane, Ohio putting pressure onto this tower, but will it go down? No, it'll be able to be denied. And it's a deny for deny as far as mid towers go. No, never mind. Ferrari claimed it. Hook shot onto creeps. Not sure what he was going for there. He had no vision. Maybe just throwing it blind. Hoping someone's in the area. And Luo now with hookshot down. He's rotating through the jungle. Will he get spotted here? Well, it looks like there might be action on the mid instead as Chuan and Faith looking to push this lane up. And oh, Luo taking massive damage from KYXY, who has a Glimmer Cape up on Naga. That's a very nice choice. Especially against the Bristleback, who wants to stay on people. A good item to bail you out, but will it be enough? That's the question. Is Burning, now with BKB of his own online, feels like Fnatic are running out of time to get something done. With those BKBs up, I'm not sure how much they can fight right now. They just really don't have physical damage at all at this point. And I mean, apart from Timbersaw, but he has his positioning in fights is very appropriate. He can't just do his damage. He has to get the Timber Chain off, get the spells off, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Especially against the lockdown that IG can provide.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Both sides kind of sitting back. It feels like that IG want to go for a pick off into a tower here. They hang around the area, not being spotted just yet. Maybe they want to go for a Roche play, but do they have a? They have a medallion, so they could go for that. But it's a bit risky to go for that play when there's a Timber and Shadow Fiend on the other team. As Fnatic go for a smoke up, but it is under a ward. They get completely spotted out. Unfortunate for them. They thought they were safe with this vision, but not going to be the case. And Ferrari and the rest of IG should be just fine. Ferrari sitting in the entrance of the jungle on the high ground, ready to spot them if they come in that way. And well, it looks like they want to pressure this tower. The smoke usage from Fnatic has been... I mean, that one wasn't really their fault. It was a fine place to smoke. They went for the play. It didn't work out, but they're just going to try and make something out of it. But the problem is they've rotated to the opposite side of the map, and with that, IG runs straight into the Roche pit, and there is no vision on the side of Fnatic for this. Is there? Maybe they just suspect. Maybe there's some illusion scouting. Either way, it's going to fall really, really quickly. With the Nasal Goose stacking up as well as the Medallion and the Weave on top of that, it's going to fall almost instantly. And Fnatic, you're too late. This is not where you want to be. Hook shot onto Mushi. Nicely placed from him. Call down comes out as well, hitting every single hero on Fnatic, it looks like. Mushi doing what he can. He's got a BKB popped as well, but Raccoon will fall. And the song goes out, but BKBs are popped. They're not canceling Ferrari and Burning's march forward, and that's 3 down, with no one falling on the side of IG dominating streak for Ferrari with that double kill. And with that, they'll be able to take a tower. They've still got that Aegis up, and maybe even be able to pressure high ground with that as well once they heal their members up a little bit. Burning, just going to go for the stacks. Don't want to push high ground yet, boys. I'm not 8 slotted yet. But
Dire's middle tower.
Well, they'll take at least the tier 2. Whether they go further or not remains to be seen, but there isn't a whole lot of death timer left on the side of Fnatic, so they can still potentially defend, although Ferrari does still have that Aegis, as well as looks like he's going for an Assault Cuirass. And they're pinging this other tower here. Not wanting to pressure high ground just yet. They'll get their map position as well as they can with this Aegis. Take all the tier 2 towers, keep Fnatic penned up in their base, and then maybe with the next Aegis go for high ground. Unless, of course, they get a pick, and then they just go right now. But we'll have to see what Fnatic can do to keep themselves in this. Okay, well, XY doing what he can with the chakram, but it really just tickles at this point. And Ferrari, absolutely no fear. Net onto him. He's taking a bit of damage here. He's got to be a little bit careful. And here comes Mushi, but he is rocking it up. He's going to get locked down, and Ferrari is, well, he just keeps on jumping in, then backing off. Jumping in, backing off. Stacking up those kills. A nice force staff defensively onto Mushi. Glimmer Cape as well, trying to keep him safe. Burning lifted. Maybe thrown back into the team here. No. KYXY just doing what he can to zone. And Ferrari, well, he won't be able to find anything, but they do completely force Fnatic off this tower. And now they'll be able to take it with really any problem. Blank Dagger picked up on Darkseer, though. That's a nice pick. That could potentially set up a really big team fight for them if they can find it. But at this point, that's a little bit of a big if. Luo looking for the hook shot. He's got it available. Wants Mushi, and there he goes. Here come the Cogs, and he's got backup from Chuan. BKB is popped, but is this going to be enough for him to get away? It looks like it will. Glimmer Cape comes out, lift out of Ferrari and the net. What is stolen? It's just Nasal Goo, which could be actually quite good if he gets the chance to use it. KYXY rocket out onto him. He's being herded back into the base. And, oh, it was a nice hook. BKB charge wasted, basically, from Mushi. He stays alive, but when you have to pop BKB against just a solo Clockwork Crystal Maiden combo, you know you're not having the best of games. And with that said, net worth 12k in the favor of RIG at this point. We're talking about a 14k experience lead as well. And we're half an hour in. We've only got 15 kills, but it's definitely been a slow, patient one from IG, just slowly starving Mushi and the rest of Fnatic out, getting a couple of key pickoffs when it's needed, and then transitioning it into objectives very, very nicely, as no tier 2 standing across the map for the Dire side. So, what's Fnatic's plan to get back into this? Well, they need to kill the cores. If they find Luo, it's a big deal. There's the vacuum to cancel the TB. He should fall here. Goes for the hook shot just to delay things. Nice Cogs, actually. Will he actually get away? Oh my goodness. Song committed from Johnny. And Blink Dagger from KYXY. Well, they got the kill, but to commit the Song for that, that's some really nice play from Luo to force them into that situation. Now Mushi in big trouble. There's the lift, though, onto Ferrari, thrown back. Mushi, though, taking a lot of stacks. He's up to 4. Goes for the Requiem, cancels it. Kitch Akimbo will pay the price, but Mushi gets away. That's pretty important. And, well, still that Aegis online. KYXY does do a lot of damage to this Bristle. And with that Blink Dagger, he's actually able to get in position to do it as well. So, nice pickup from him. Good choice. Will it be enough to defend their high ground, though? Rubik in the ground for 20. Clockwork for 12. And this tower is taking massive damage. 6 stacks of Warpath up. It'll fall. And Sanjin Yasha fully complete on Ferrari. Full MKB on Burning as well. And with that, well, it's starting to seem hard to see how Fnatic... Oh, nice vacuum into wall, but the BKBs pop instantly from Burning. Net goes out onto him, holding him in place for Mushi to get away, but Ohio taking damage from that flat cannon massively, and KYXY in trouble as well. He'll be forced back into his base, which will allow Burning and Ferrari to completely clean up this lane of racks. And they can go for more, it looks like, and they will. This tier 3 is exposed, and it feels like Fnatic can't really fight. They went for that nice back wall play, but there was no follow-up. Mushi jumped in, but couldn't make a play. Here he goes for the Rec Room now, but the call down is out. Instant blow up onto Ohio, and now Grave comes out onto Burning, keeping him alive, keeping him doing damage. Mushi Frozen Up will fall as well. Buyback out onto KYXY, but is it going to be enough to do anything? Ferrari just completely invulnerable, it feels, in this team fight. His Aegis has expired, though. If he falls here, it would be a big deal, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Nice Frostbite onto KYXY, holding him in place. Chuan will not get out here, but is this really the kill they need? They want Ferrari, but I don't think they're going to be able to get him. Net goes out onto Luo, and he's forced out the way, so Crystal Maiden falls, but other than that, nothing. And that was a buyback out from your Timbersaw. Was it a buyback from Mushi as well? Yeah, it was. So that's 2 buybacks expended on the side of Fnatic. And they get absolutely nothing out of it. A Crystal Maiden kill is not good enough, boys. It's not good enough at all. And Mushi's item progression is just completely stalled out. He's now lagging almost 10k behind the Gyrocopter and about 7 behind the Bristle as well. Happy with that push. Aegis expired. IG will just go back to pushing out the lanes, getting their farm. They don't really have, aren't really anywhere close to their farm cap at this point. Still a lot of room to grow, and with that Rax advantage, they're quite content just sitting back, playing the farm war, because they feel that in the end they're going to win that battle. And I think Fnatic think they're right, so they're going to try and go for a kill here, but Ferrari is such a difficult hero to bring down. Even with that Aegis expired, they're going to go for it, though. There's the Glimmer Cape on Johnny for the initiation, Net to follow, Blink in from KYXY, but the BKB instantly popped from Ferrari. He'll be able to get away just fine. And that's a 4-hero rotation for 1 hero, and they can't bring him down. Is a BKB charge expended, though? He's down to 7 seconds, but is that a... It was. So that's Guardian Greaves Solar Crest up on this Dazzle. Very, very nice for him. And that Solar Crest is going to do absolutely massive work. Burning doesn't have to go for Butterfly just yet. He can rely on that, as can Ferrari. And, well, they're pinging the tower. It looks like they want to go to push out this wave. Fnatic doing what they can in the other lane. And I'm not sure IG will look to defend. They don't have a TP on Burning. They don't have a TP on Chuan. They don't have a TP on... Or they do have a TP on Luo. But just him and Dazzle, actually. So Fnatic can look to split push this, but they don't push nearly as fast as IG do. And here you go. They got the tier 2, but now they'll have to retreat, try and defend their base. I don't know how they can, but they're going to make a go of it and see what they can get done. Blink Dagger is the pickup on Mushi. He just wants to get in and Requiem in someone's faces. But he's got to do it soon, because the tier 3's down. Racks are falling very, very quickly, and if they lose 2 lanes, this game is over. They're not going to be able to recover from that. So, where's the jump? Catch a Kimba. Glimmercate forward, looking for the lift, won't find it. KYXY is rocketed up. And Ferrari just posting up on heroes, not a care in the world. He's going to claim this ranged Rax. And Fnatic just sitting back, can't really do anything. Nice jump on him. Mushi from Luo catches him from the low ground, and Mushi already down to half health. He goes to the Requiem, but it's only really affecting Luo. He blinks forward, will be able to clean up the clockwork, but already the Naga and the Rubik are down, and KYXY soon to follow. It looks like he doesn't have buyback for 40 seconds as the Naga buys back instantly, but Mushi going to fall here. He's frozen up, and this is basically game. They're going to call it any minute here. He does get Glimmer Caped away, does make it back to the fountain, but that's 2 lanes down. Burning not going anywhere, and there's the call. GG is called from Fnatic. Well played. 18-9 is your score. A fairly quiet game as far as kills go, but very, very methodical farming game from IG. Slowly squeezing the lead out that they needed. Winning on economy, and it ends up being a 30k gold lead for them. 34 minutes into this game, so it's almost a k a minute in advantage accrued. Well played from them. So, guys, I've been Sindar. Recasting some of these seed brackets from ESL One. Thanks so much for watching me. I hope you've enjoyed the casts, and I've got another one coming up, so don't go anywhere. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.